football and the cricket, so a great opportunity to visit Melbourne.
From the ARN Sports Desk.
Fernando Santos has been appointed as the new manager of Portugal's football team. He could start his new job with an 8-match ban after being sent off in his final game as Greece boss, a 5-3 penalty shootout defeat by Costa Rica at this summer's World Cup. Lisbon-born Santos, who has managed Benfica, has appealed against the ban. And in cricket, Alastair Cook is to remain England's one-day captain at least until the end of next year's World Cup. Despite criticism over his limited overs form, he's been named in a 16-man squad for a 7-match ODI series in Sri Lanka, which starts in November.
With Air Arabia.
It's clear in Dubai with a low of 28 expected later. Similar conditions in Abu Dhabi, while Sharjah will be a little cooler at 27. And if you're boarding an Air Arabia flight to Doha, expect partly cloudy conditions there and a high of 42 tomorrow. And that's your latest news, sports and weather here on Dubai Eye.
Fly more with 21 flights a week to Doha. Air Arabia. More than just low fares.
Dubai Eye traffic.
In association with McDonald's.
Alright, if you're on the roads at the moment around Dubai, there's an accident on the border into Sharjah on the Al Ittihad Road, so expect some delays there. There's also heavy traffic on the E311 into Sharjah as well. It's not looking too good on Sheikh Zayed. That's Dubai bound around the Mall of the Emirates. That's due to an accident earlier on. Hessa Street heading east is also slowing as usual. If you see anything else, please do let us know so we can pass that message on and get you home safely. That's the text line 4001 or for free via the app.
Dubai Eye traffic in association with McDonald's.
Mixed Berry McFizz. The very, very bubblicious taste that'll zing your taste buds.
Taking you home. This is Drive Live with Tim Elliott
On Dubai Eye 103.8.
Afternoon, we're talking aviation today, the Arab Aviation and Media Summit in Ras Al Khaimah. Juman Assad's been looking at that. We're also going to be examining the World Green Economy Summit and hearing from two of the speakers there today. Michelle Luxon has been down there. The other story, Alex Hershey, who is here to my left.
Hello.
Having been fapped today by the paparazzi on... You were fapped. I know.
That word.
F-A-P fapped earlier. We'll get to that in a minute. That's the fashion side of things. The other story we wanted to talk about today, and have been talking about, lots of response on this, is how much holiday you need. We were talking maternity leave this week. We regularly talk about employment matters because, of course, it concerns so many people. It's a big deal for people, where you work, how much money you earn, what you do, whether you get satisfaction from it, and all that stuff. But today, it's a story that Richard Branson has come out and said. Sir Richard Branson, he of Virgin, everyone should get unlimited holidays from work, so long as they feel comfortable, it won't damage the company or their career.
Too much competition in my book. I think if one person took more holiday than someone else, then that actually means that they're earning more every day in the year. So they're earning maybe $100 per day, and someone else who doesn't take as much holiday would be earning $150. So it creates like even a competition with how much you earn.
Possibly. I mean, he hasn't mentioned anything about pay. I mean, you don't know how that would work, but you would guess in this, he's just saying, look, do what you need to do. It doesn't affect anything else.
I just mean pro rata, though. You know, if someone is
Sure.
taking too much holiday, someone else isn't taking any, then the person not taking any holiday would obviously expect a little bit more pay, but that just doesn't happen. So
I just think too much friction in the workplace. I'm not sure if it will work.
It's just a new way, of course, of looking at things, isn't it? That's the thing. Richard Branson says it should be left to employees alone to decide. He says the scheme's already in action in Virgin offices in the United Kingdom and the United States, and that he might well try to encourage the company's subsidiaries to follow suit. So you get from that two things, don't you? It's kind of new agey, progressive thinking. You would kind of expect that from the Virgin boss. There's also a cynical side to this, that you may draw a conclusion that, well, if you're on an employment drive and you say we're going to give you a bit more, we don't mind if you take more, then it becomes a very attractive place to work.
Yes, so you think that it's just trying to attract people to Virgin in this case?
We put this out earlier on. Lots of people talking about this. Will is on the phone. Will, it's good to have you on the line. Long time no speak.
Hi, Richard. How are you doing?
Richard Tim. You can call me Richard if you like. I'm easy.
I'm sorry, Tim.
It's all right. Look, you say, think of it as a way to remove sexist holidays, maternity leave women, men don't get. How about personal leave? As long as you need something, take it. You think it's a simple idea and it makes sense.
Well, yeah, actually, I do. And I think that also we want to be, Emma Watson just did her wonderful speech on sexism and being a feminist, and we do want to be equal. When my wife gave birth to our children, she got paid maternity leave. I didn't. If I wanted to take the time off, I had to physically take my own time off. It wasn't counted as part of vacation or anything else. And to me, I also love the conversation that you guys had yesterday with the gentleman that was defending the businesses, saying, wait a minute, extending maternity leave, you lose money for business, etc. To me, it's just a matter of personal time off. If you want time off for a baby, fine. If you want time off to be at home with your wife with her baby, fine. I think that it becomes a very easy system.
Okay, Will, but in your profession, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a dean of a business school, actually, so it makes my life really easy.
Which, I mean, we all have a vested interest, but in theory, it's possible that you could do that at work, or could you?
Oh, yeah, that's the real fun part with this one. My wife's also in the car, by the way, and she's an educator, and she was wanting to chime in on this, but here's the thing. If I have planned out everything that I need to get done, so I'm an educator, I'm a teacher, I have set teaching hours that my students must be taught, if I have that all planned out, and it is done proactively in advance, I can do it. If I need time off, why can't I take that time off?
Don't you feel, Will, that there's always more work to be done? If you don't take that 2 or 3 works off, you could be advancing more in your career, you could be getting ahead of your colleagues. Would it not work in that sense?
Well, I think the real issue becomes maybe almost the inverse of that. And I hate to say it, but again, I'm the dean of a business school and I teach business for a living. And often you find a spectrum amongst your employees. You have your high performers, you have your average performers, and you have, for lack of a better word, the dead weight. And that sounds really mean, and I'm trying to sound mean. But the people that I think might take too much advantage of this kind of situation and go too far with it and then be gone for 8 weeks or 12 weeks or 14 weeks, that could be an issue.
Do you know, Will, the problem with this, is it not, that you need to change a mindset. We need to change this kind of institutionalized thinking that, okay, you've got 4 weeks a year, that's all you can take, let's try and fit it, I've got to take that. It's a sea change almost in the way we approach holidays at work.
I would think so, and to me it fits in with the idea that he said, which is it's a cultural change. And nobody says you need to take all 4 weeks at once. So, I mean, that's really the big one my wife and I were talking about was, when our kids were little and they were having plays at school, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I can't come to the play, I have to work. And I couldn't get the time off. Or my wife would have difficulty getting the time off. So if you need the extra time, for whatever reason, to recharge your batteries because you need to go to your daughter's dance rehearsal, you should be able to have that opportunity to take it without repercussions or penalties, as long as you get your work done.
Which is all very reasonable, but there's going to be people listening to this, Will, thinking, well, you're the dean of a business school, your wife is an educator, you've already got better holidays than most people.
We do, and I will admit that having those 8 weeks off in the summer and the 2 weeks off in winter are nice. But I will also say that I work 7 days a week during the semester. Often I am at home until 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. lesson planning and preparing for the next day. And even this summer, perfect example, I was officially, I'm using air quotes, off for 6 weeks, and yet I was on the computer, I was making long-distance calls, I was conference calling, even during the middle of my vacation. I think I had 3 days that I was unofficially with nothing happening.
It's a fair call. Well, good to talk to you. Thank you for chiming in on the conversation.
It's NBD MePay. You can make money transfers to any...
Yeah, that's very nice.
Pay is not everything. Companies can allocate a financial budget per employee for non-salary benefits. I want days off with the family. One colleague wants a training course. Another wants discount card, air miles to shop, etc. Someone else wants gym membership. What do you think? That's from Albert.
Okay, 4001 to get involved in this conversation. We're talking about the Arab Aviation and Media Summit in a few moments' time. Also, another event happening in Dubai today, the World Green Economy Summit. More on those two events coming up.
This is Drive Live with Tim Elliott.
In association with Desco. Desco now offers you 24-hour printing service. Log on to DescoOnline.com.
Swiss quality has a new price. Affordable. Swiss International Airlines has some amazing offers to Switzerland and Europe. Book before the 22nd of October on Swiss.com and fly before the 31st of March 2015 with fares from as little as 2,300 dirhams.
On Home 106.2.
Transferring money through supply payments could be a saving tool to your business. It's time to rely on the foreign exchange specialists for all your business-related money transfers. Al Rustamani International Exchange, your trusted convenient partner that could increase your company's bottom line. Call 056 602 1212 to know more. Al Rustamani International Exchange, saving while remitting. Visit alrustamaniexchange.com.
Participate in the Dubai Mall Instagram photography contest for a chance to win 10,000 dirhams in national bonds every month. Share your experiences and tag the Dubai Mall location on your Instagram post. Get ready now with your smartphone to win the challenge. Participant with the highest number of posted pictures wins the monthly prize.
At Capital Club Dubai, we're proud to play host to aspirational people from Dubai and the wider region. an eclectic sanctuary for like-minded personalities to mix, learn and be inspired, and a membership roster that includes high-profile business and philanthropic leaders. The club is proud to support the Risk Advisory Group, offering international corporate investigations, business intelligence and security consultancy. Dubai's premier private city club in the DIFC. Log on to capitalclubdubai.com for more information.
It doesn't feel like you're stuck in traffic when it's Drive Live on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Now, events going on in Dubai today. We'll have more on the Arab Aviation and Media Summit, but an event that is happening next year. But there was an event to publicise that event this morning, and Andre Schneider is the chairman of World Climate Limited. He's going to be one of the speakers at that event. Next year is the World Green Economy Summit. ARN's Michelle Loxton met with him on the sidelines of the announcements for that summit. She wanted to talk about climate change globally. Started off by asking him specifically where the world is globally on climate change.
I think currently we're facing that we're getting behind the schedule. So if we discussed the last years about limiting it to 2 degrees, now we're almost sure, if I may say so, that it will be 2 degrees or more. So it becomes more and more urgent that we act now at every part, and business, governments and also civil society is really taking that up in a much more serious way.
The UAE is present this week at the United Nations Climate Summit 2014 in New York. How are the UAE doing when it comes to tackling climate change?
I think UAE has shown a real leadership here. First of all, we had last year the Dubai Declaration coming out of the World Green Economy Summit in 2014, which really set an important number of targets. Then we have UAE Vision 2021, which sets also important targets, moving from an economy based on fossil fuels to more renewables. And lastly, we also have the Dubai 2020, which will include an important part on sustainable lifestyles, which will really help also to share with the population at large what opportunities there are and what can be done.
When it comes to creating a green economy, many are concerned when it comes to going green with the expense. Or is it more expensive to be going green?
I think it is true when we have very deregulated markets where essentially you don't really pay for the impact you have on the environment. It might get a little bit more expensive. But on the other side, when you look at the quality of lifestyles you can gain, I think there will be a very important move forward. So therefore, we believe that there, especially in this part of the world, but also everywhere else, there are really some great opportunities using green economy to actually fuel economy at large and perhaps have some price increases, but in general really generate new business which will profit actually everyone.
And finally, if we don't continue our efforts against climate change, what does that mean for our future, the economy and as well as the globe?
I think, as I said in the beginning, I mean, we were fearing to get to 2 degrees increase over until 2050. Now we're talking about 3 to 4 degrees. And 3 to 4 degrees will mean that every city close to the ocean will see actually the ocean raise and actually lose land, not to talk about the increasing number of natural catastrophes. So somewhere this is not about can we do something, we have to do something, because here we're talking about the future of our kids and the next generations.
This is Drive Live.
It's 5:24. Michelle speaking to Andre Schneider from World Climate Limited. 2015 marks the second World Green Economy Summit in the MENA region. Now, Michelle was at the announcement this morning, as we said, but she also spoke to His Excellency Walid Salman, who is the Vice Chairman of the World Green Economy Summit. She started off by asking him what green issues are going to be discussed during the gathering next year.
Well, as we said today, I mean, United Arab Emirates were very much committed with